What's up, Zelda lovers? The Zelda Theorist here after a long 10 months of hibernation. Jeez. Today I come bearing a peace offering. A shiny new theory chat. Before we get started, let's go ahead and get the formals out of the way. I am the Zelda Theorist, and I do not own any rights to Legend of Zelda, or I would be one rich woman. It is owned by Nintendo and the brain of Shigeru Miyamoto. Also, I always look forward to your comments and discussions, so keep them coming. All that I ask is there's no trolling. Guys, opposing views are always welcome, but please respect my views and those of other viewers. And now that that's out of the way, on with the show. I've been replaying Ocarina of Time for maybe the 18th time. While playing a couple of days ago, a thought hit my mind. Now, most of you guys, or come on, let's face it, all of you will recognize this cute little guy as the Graveyard Kid. You know, the annoying little brat that won't let you push the gravestones back in the cemetery during the daytime when Link's a kid, because he'll tell Dampy on you, and Dampy's just so scary. This kid is MIA during Link's adult time. Or is he? Some people believe that when he grew up, he became the Poe Collector that runs the ghost shop during Link's adult life. Others believe the Poe Collector is the guard from the building with all the rupee pots inside of it, which is incidentally the same building that the Poe Collector lives in, or stays in, or collects ghosts in, whatever. Anyway, I believe both of these are incorrect. If you guys will hang with me for just a second, I'll tell you why. When Ganondorf took over Hyrule, he came complete with his own minions, right? So what purpose would he have had for the former soldiers of Hyrule? None that I can see. In fact, during Link's childhood, right after you get the Ocarina from Zelda, a dying soldier can be found in the back alley of the castle market. The soldier in the guardhouse enjoyed the darker side of life, sure, but he was still a soldier and of no use to Ganondorf. In fact, the argumentative points that everybody uses to support the fact that they believe he's the Poe Collector is because he's in the exact location that the guard that was in the rupee house was in, and the fact that he wears a sash with a Triforce on his waist. So they think that he's got some attachment to the royal family, and who's to say he does or doesn't, guys? I mean, honestly, it's a theory. It doesn't mean it's fact. It doesn't mean it's fiction. It's just out there, food for thought. Now, as for the Graveyard Kid, most people assume that his father is the Death Mountain Guard, so logic would lead me to believe that not only was the Death Mountain Guard killed, but his family as well. So with these two possibilities down, who is this guy? This is where my theory starts to get a little interesting. Now, keep in mind, during Link's adult life, all of the castle market inhabitants and businesses have all relocated to Kakariko Village, except for one, the Happy Mask Shop. In fact, the Happy Mask Salesman is missing from adult Link's life. Right? I don't think he is. I think this guy is this guy. I know right now you guys are probably wondering what the frilly heck I'm smoking. Nothing. I've really thought this through. Okay, so what if the Happy Mask Salesman used one of his masks to go into hiding when Ganondorf came to power? At least until he could escape to Termina. The Poe Collector wears a purple shroud, which is the same color as the Happy Mask Salesman's outfit. In addition to this, he collects Poe Souls. Think about it. If we refer to Majora's Mask, to make a mask, the Happy Mask Salesman has to trap souls into the mask themselves. The Poe Collector gets you to do the side quest to catch 10 big Poe Souls. And he pays you 50 rupees per each one that you catch, and gives you 100 points on the card, which sounds pretty desperate to me. Then he tells you if your card reaches 1,000 points, you will be a very happy fellow. In retrospect, the Happy Mask Salesman tells Link when he's a kid that selling his mask to other people and giving them happiness would in turn make you become truly happy. So what if those 10 big Poes that you capture for the Poe Collector are actually different souls that the Happy Mask Salesman needs to create the mask hanging off of his backpack in the clock tower in Majora's Mask? If we fast forward to Majora's Mask, the Poe Collector is first seen on the ledge before Iconic Canyon, and won't let you pass unless you have one of 3 masks. The Garo Mask, the Captain's Hat, or the Gypto Mask. He even knows the location of the Garo Mask. And him wanting Link to collect these masks would make sense if the Poe Collector is the Happy Mask Salesman in disguise, keeping tabs on you as you explore Termina. Also, the Poe Collector, once you run into him the second time, knows the Song of Healing and knows that it will not work on every restless soul. Now, why would the Happy Mask Salesman wanting you to collect these masks make sense? Well, once you get to the moon, you encounter the 5 moon children, all wearing the mask of the 4 previous dungeon bosses that you've slain, and one wearing Majora's mask. The moon children all resemble the Happy Mask Salesman, and if you play through all of their mini dungeons, you end up having to give back all of the masks that you've collected throughout the game to acquire the Fierce Deity mask. Which makes sense because you never actually own the mask except for the transformation masks, and in Ocarina of Time, you borrow the masks and return them, or the money for them if you sell them. By doing this with the moon children, you're basically returning all of the masks to the mini version of the Happy Mask Salesman. I know this theory might be a little out there, but it made sense in my head, and I thought it was cool. After all the research that I did, I didn't see another one out there like it. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please tell me what you think, positive, negative, if I'm nuts, you know, any of it. Throw any of it out there. Please keep in mind it's a theory. I'm not saying that this is what really happened. I have no clue what goes in the minds of the people at Nintendo. So tell me what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, click that pretty little red button that says subscribe. And also, if you've enjoyed the music, pop over and check out SYGMX's channel for more awesome songs. He does like almost all of the Zelda songs in Music Box remixes, which I find are really cool. So until next time, guys, keep rocking the Zelda love, and I will talk to you next time.